Asklarissaj here, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. Today I have another Bible study video for you. If you've not seen the last one, go ahead and click on that card so you can see what you missed out on. Now, today I want to talk about the New Testament, because in my last Bible study video, I mentioned how I finished the entire Old Testament and now I'm working on the New Testament. And there was something that I read that I figured I should share with you guys because it really stood out to me and blessed me. Now, I was reading in Luke at the time, and it's the story about Zechariah and his wife, Elizabeth. They're the parents of John the Baptist. And you have Zechariah and Elizabeth, who are old in age and, of course, had not conceived any children because of their age. Elizabeth was just unable to conceive. So Zechariah is in the temple of the Lord, and an angel appears to him and tells him that they're going to have a child. They're going to have a son, and he goes on telling him all of these things that their son is going to do and how he's going to pave the way for Jesus, the Messiah, and he explained that he would prepare the people for the coming of the Lord. And so the angel tells all of these wonderful things to Zechariah about his soon-to-be son that he will be having, and Zechariah responds with, "How can I be sure that these things will happen?" And then he reminds the angel that he and Elizabeth are old in age and have no children. The angel's like, "Hey, I'm Gabriel. I stand in the presence of the Lord. He's the one who sent me to tell you this message, but since you don't believe," and that is where things changed. Because Zechariah did not believe what the angel told him, he was unable to speak until the birth of their son, John. That is a long time to go without speaking because he didn't believe. And then the angel said, it was because the things that he told him would for sure take place. And so his mouth was just going to be shut. Zechariah's mouth was just going to be shut until the appointed things happened at the proper time, which was, of course, going to be once that child was born. Crazy, right? And so that really stood out to me because it really spoke to the importance of faith, and it really spoke to the importance of believing what God says. And so I wanted to encourage you today to make sure that you believe what God says, whether he's speaking to you personally or whether it's through his word. Whatever the case is, if God said it, it is our job to make sure that we believe it and don't doubt. Doubt is one of those things that just isn't going to get you where you need to go. Doubt is the opposite of faith, and faith is of God. So doubt is not of God. And so you don't want to be in that territory where you're not walking by faith, where you're not trusting God. If God said it, we have to get ourselves and our heart to a place where we 100% believe what he said, because we don't want to end up like Zechariah, right? The man didn't believe, and as a result, he was a mute. He could not speak for 9 months. Not worth it. And that was because the angel wanted to make that point of this is going to happen. And so we're just going to make sure that you can't speak on it because it's going to take place. And of course, lo and behold, once it all happened, he was definitely a believer. And so throughout the scripture, it talks about how it's impossible to please God without faith. It talks about how, even with Jesus, with the disciples, like the doubting just was not cutting it for him. And so it's important that we make sure that we are not doubting. And so think about whatever it is that you're believing God for, whatever it is that God promised you, whatever it is that you've read in the word that you've been struggling with, and make sure you get yourself to a place where you believe 100% that what God said is true, and he will do what he said because he cannot lie. So I wanted to leave you with that today. Don't doubt. Walk by faith, trust God with everything that you have, because if he said it, then it will come to pass regardless of what the situation around you looks like. Hopefully this video was a blessing to you. If it was, give it a thumbs up and make sure that you share it with someone else. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.